Hello, Flosstube world. This is your stitchy friend from the Philippines. This is James, the page teacher, and welcome to Flosstube number 19. If you are watching for the first time, this video is all about cross stitching. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you very much for coming back, and you will enjoy what is in store in this video. Today is July 31, the last day of the month of July, and it's been 1 year since I started my Flosstube video, which was July 31, 2021. So this will be my Flosstube anniversary video. I'm so very happy that I already have been doing this one for a year. It has the community, the Flosstube community has given me inspiration, as well as different uh, things that I've learned. I grow as a stitcher, and as I grow, my whips are also grown or multiplied. So for this video, in this Flosstube number 19, since it's my 1 year Flosstube anniversary, I will be sharing to you my whips. I counted my whips, and I have 34 whips that I will be showing to you. I already prepared this one on pile, so it will be in chronological order from the first whip that I've started and up to the latest. I'll show to you my whips. I would like to thank for those who have watched, for those who have liked my videos, for those who appreciate my videos through comments, and also especially for those who have subscribed my channel. It has been a wonderful journey as a Flosstuber, and I hope that you will not leave me, and you will stay and watch my future Flosstube updates. And I also do hope that uh, I will make some improvements of how I will be sharing my whips, and also uh, making these uh, videos. So let's start with my whips in 2021. Before the end of 2021, I have 21 whips, and then this year I managed to finish 5, so I only have 16 whips from 2021. If you have watched my previous Flosstube Extra video, you will see my 5 uh, finishes as of 2022. So let's start with my first whip, which is a full coverage. This is uh, a picture that I've converted on Pictopat, and I started this one on April 21, 2021. It is stitched on 14 count Ada, 2 strands, and 1 full cross. This is Black Phoenix, and I will show to you directly the what is the update, or what you will as of now. So I will not post a picture the last time you saw it. So this is where I am with Black Phoenix. So I am finished on this part, and I am slowly stitching from here up to here, and after that one, it will be the last row. So I am now at 57.28%. I have managed to stitch 57,040 stitches, and I am planning to finish this one this year, and this is my first focus piece for the full coverage. Next is a Heaven and Earth design. This is designed by Amy Stewart. This is Bird Garden, and this is my entry on the hashtag anything Amy Sal from the Stitchketeers, the Rocking Stitcher, Honeybee Stitcher, Creatively Yours. I forgot the two, but this is one of my entries. The anything Amy Sal. So any full coverage design of Amy Stewart. So this is also my second focus piece. So this is where I am with the Bird Garden. So again, there is another design, which is the Birds in Bloom. So I think this is the half part, but it's a big one. So it's 700 by 500 stitches, so it's a big project. So I am now at 30 point or 20. Let's see. I am at 32,030 stitches, and I am 9.15%. I started this one on July 20, 2021, and stitched on an 18 count Aida fabric 1 by 1. Next, number 3. Whip number 3 is an untouched whip, which is from DMC Philippines, DMC Inspiration. This is Boquet of Flowers. So I haven't touched this one since last year, I guess. And I think I restarted this one, but I haven't found the restarted project. So as of now, I am still here. So I am restarting this one on another fabric, which is a bit thicker than this one. So that's it. I started this one last August 13, 2021. This is an 18 count Aida fabric 1 by 1. Next is, I started this one on August 14. This is another DMC Philippines DMC Inspiration pattern. This is the Bouquet of Anemone. And this is where I am. So I still have the old one, my first try. I restarted this one on another fabric, a thicker one, and this is where I am with it. So still I haven't touched this one, so hopefully I can stitch this. So maybe I will plan to have a week where I will be stitching those whips that I haven't worked on. That is whip number 4. So let us go to whip number 5, another Heaven and Earth design, full coverage. This is Beachcomber's Bounty, another design from Amy Stewart. I think it can also be considered as in the hashtag of anything Amy style. And this is where I am with wait, okay, I think this, so this is where I am. So all you can see are colors of blue and green, shades of green and blues, and you can see the starfish there. So I started this on August 20, 2021, and I am now at 2.97%. I have stitched 9,680, and this is stitched on an 18 count Ada fabric, one by one. The next is another Heaven and Earth design chart, this time from Michael Hayes. This is Awakening. And this is where I am with Awakening. So other charts of Michael Hayes, I think he has some Greek goddesses, and I am looking forward to stitch more of his works. I've already purchased 3, I think. So I started this one on August 21, right after the Beachcomber's Bounty, and then I am now at 3.63%, and I have managed to stitch 8,724. This is on an 18 count Ada fabric one by one. So let us go to whip number 7. This is Mini Deer Creek from Donna Gelsinger, another Heaven and Earth design chart. This is stitched on an 16 count. At first it is stitched on an 18 count Ada fabric, and then I restarted this one last week, and this is where I am right now with there. So I managed to finish the 2,500 block. So let me see on my pattern keeper how many stitches I made on this one. This is a restart. So I have managed to stitch 2,668 stitches, and I am at 3.42%. So I am targeting to finish this one next year. So this will be my focus piece next year, supposing that I'll finish the Black Phoenix. This is stitched now on an 16 count Ada fabric. So whip number 8, another Heaven and Earth design. So last year I am very fond of full coverage projects, especially on the Heaven and Earth design charts. So this is from Josephine Wall, which is Bygone Summer. And this is where I am with Bygone Summer. So on the first 5x5 block, it's you can see how colorful the chart is, but it's confetti, but it's okay. So I already have stitched this one. I made 3,985 stitches, and I am 1.96%, and I started this one last December 12, 2021, and this is on an 18 count Aida fabric. Next is a Riolis kit. This is Flamingo. I will not show you what it looks like when it is finished, but this is where I am with this kit. So it has a painted canvas. This is 16 count. And I've already finished the body of the first flamingo, and then I will be stitching their heads and also their feet. So no number of stitches here. So I started this one last December 12. This is 14 count. I think this is okay, this is a 14 count Aida fabric. So hopefully I can finish this one this year. This is around 60 or 70% done. So we are now on whip number 10. Whip number 10 is a Dimensions Gold collection. This is the Wind Moon Fairy. This again is a whip that I haven't touched since last year, and this is where I am with the project. So these are all 10 stitches with 3 strands. This is the only gold Dimensions Gold collections that I have. I just want to try to stitch a Dimensions Gold. I started this one last December 15, 2021. Next, let's go to whip number 11. This is a full coverage project and also an untouched whip. This is Bird Song from Tatiana Fedorova. I purchased the no background pattern, and this is where I am with the bird song. So I purchased a light blue 18 count fabric from Indonesia. They call this one as a streaming fabric, which is a bit of a thinner fabric. But this is where I am with the bird song. So I have stitched on this one because I only have 1000. I only managed to have 1759 stitches. That is 0.79%. So that I started this one on December 18. If you have observed, I started most of my projects from whip number 8 to 16. I started this one because I am planning to have a 22 whips in 2022, but unfortunately I have more than 30. So next whip is a DMC Philippines chart. This is Harvest Moon, one of the moon patterns from DMC Inspirations or DMC Philippines. This is Harvest Moon. So I started this one last December 22, 2021. This is stitched on an 18 count black Ada fabric, and this is where I am right now. So I love the effects of colors from the black fabric. So this one I have worked on this one this year. Next whip is another DMC Philippine patterns or DMC inspiration pattern. This is Bicycle by the Window. And I haven't touched this one since last year, so I started this one on December 22, 2021. And this is where I am with a project. So it's a bit of a confetti over here on this part. There you go. So I should be making a wick, or I should be working a wick with my whips that I haven't touched last year. Next whip is another DMC inspiration. This is Summer Night. I started this one on December 29, 2021. Look how vibrant the color is. So this is stitched again on a black Ada fabric, count 18. And this is where I am right now with this project. So only a small progress. So next is another DMC inspiration pattern, another from the Moon series. We have the Moon River from DMC Inspirations. And this is where I am with the pattern, I mean with the chart or with the project. So I also started this one last December 29, 2021. Next, okay, this is my last whip for 2021. This is from the Owl Forest embroidery pattern. This is their birds, one of their bird series. So if you have noticed, I am fond of their bird series charts. So this is now the fifth bird series chart that I am working on. This is Bullfinches. So I have finished four of the this bird series pattern, and this is where I am right now. So you can see now the first bullfinch on this project. This is an 18 count Ada fabric 1 by 1. So there are threads that use B5200 thread, so I change it to a lighter, I mean the lighter blue ones, so that it will pop out on the fabric. So those are my 2021 whips. So let us now go to my 2022 whips, or I have started whips that I have started this year. Surprisingly, I have let me count it first. One, two, gosh, I have 18 whips that I've started this year. So that's why I am now I have now 34 whips. So let's start with my first whip. This is a Heaven and Earth design chart. This is from Yvonne Gilbert. This is Princess Asleep. I started this one on January 1, and this should be my challenge for the Full Coverage Fanatics Facebook group for 2022 K in 2022. So this is where I am with Princess Asleep. There you go. So I managed to stitch 5,742, and I am 3.62%. So I think I will not make it through with the challenge. with the 2022K stitches this 2022, but I will still be working on that one. So next is this is where I started to focus more. I mean, this is where I started to not stitch more on full coverage projects because of these um, charts. The first one is from Bella Filipina. This is Reina Delas Flores. This is designed by Aldrin J. Parilla from the Philippines, and this is one of the Santa Cruzan series. There are 3 ladies here. I finished the first one, which is Rosa Mystica, and this is the second one. This is their second Bella Filipina big design. I started this one on February 14 this year, and this is where I am with the Reina de las Flores. So I haven't ironed my whips, so I do apologize, but this is where I am with the Reina de las Flores. So starting with this whip, you will see more of Fancy Ladies. Next is another chart from Bella Filipina, which is Reina de Paz, which is the third chart from the Santa Cruzan series. Reina de Paz. I started this one on March 1 this year, and this is where I am with Reina de Paz. Let me see you closer of her face. Next is another Bella Filipina. This is Portrait of Maria Clara. Started this on March 3, 2022. All of the free Bella Filipinas are stitched on a 16 count Aida fabric. And this is where I am with the Portrait of Maria Clara. So I am now going to stitch her dress already. Next is a Fancy Lady from Mirabilia, which is Deepest Love. I started this one on February 28, 2022 this year. Let me show you first the chart. So this is where I am with her. This is stitched on an 16 count very light blue fabric. But I decided to restart her because I was not satisfied with what it came out, especially when stitching the B5200 threads because you cannot see the white stitches. So I restarted this one this week, and this is where I am with her. So what do you think? Does it look better on this pewter gray 16 count fabric? So I guess it's the color popped out on this one. Next is another Mirabilia, which is a fairy, which is a Midsummer Night's Fairy. And this is where I am with her. I started at the bottom part of her dress. Let me fold it first. So I stitched this one on a 16 count light blue Zweigart fabric. I started this one last February 29th, 2022. Next is a Hull Forest chart, which is the black vintage sampler. Started this one on March already. March 13, 2022 this year. And I haven't worked it. So this is where I am with this black vintage sampler. Only few progress on this one. Next whip is, I purchased this one on Etsy. This is from the Autumn Pattern Studio. This is Kyiv. I started this one on May 25, 2022. And this is where I am with this project. So I only have this few stitches on this one. Next is another Mirabilia chart, which I didn't expect to have. This is the Autumn Queen. So this is an OOP chart, or out of print chart, and I think only the Winter Queen is still available. So I was shocked when my local needle workshop, online local needle workshop, had this chart with an affordable price. So I purchased it with no hesitation. And out of the 4 seasonal queens, this is the queen that I most like. So I started this one on April 3, 2022. So April, May, June, July. So it's almost 3 months. And this is where I am with the Autumn Queen. So it is almost 70%, I think. So I have to finish stitching the lower part of her dress, and then after that one I will be going to add the beads. So maybe next month I will finish this queen, the Autumn Queen. Next is a whip that I have purchased on the Etsy shop, and I started this one on May 8th. This is what I call Peacock Sampler. Please do forgive me. Maybe I can show you the because it is compatible with the pattern keeper. So this is the what it looks like when it is finished, and this is where I am right now. Next is another sampler, which is a flower sampler. Let me show to you the mock-up. And this is where I am with this one. So not so many progress on the two samplers. So I also started this one on the same date with a Peacock Sampler, which is on May 5. Next is a Mirabilia chart, which is the Winter Queen. So I started this one on May 14, and this is where I am with her. So she already has a face. This is stitched on 16 count Aida fabric. Next, in a Bella Filipina chart, which is Reina Mariposa, and I started this one on May 14, 2022, and this is where I am with her. I am thinking to restart this one on a hand-dyed fabric. I have purchased from 1 to 3 stitch 3 hand-dyed fabrics from Picture This Plus, and I think it would fit in on the one of the fabrics there. I think it would fit in on the Fresco. I think the name of the fabric is Fresco. So hopefully you can see the restart version of this one next month or on the month of September when the fabric is already here. So it's still in transit. But this is on a 16 count Ada fabric. So I am now um, on using hand dyed fabrics. So let us now go to my next chart or whip, which is from Alfor's embroidery. So I have no printout of the chart, so let me just show you the picture. This is vintage kitchen. So this one I joined the SAL here of my stitchy group in the Philippines. So we have a SAL that started last July or June, let me see, June. So, and it will last on December, and the entry was this one, and this is where I am with the vintage kitchen. So there are only two colors that I am using here. This is on 18 count Ada fabric. Next is another SAL, but this is the yearly SAL of Whole Forest Embroidery. This is their Houseplant SAL, which started last June 29, I guess, or June 20, May. Started on May 28 because I started it on May 28, and this is house plants. So as of now, there are 5 plants that already have been revealed. So I managed to keep up with the house plants. So uh, every other week on on Friday they will release uh, part from the SAL, and right now it has now 5. So I managed to keep up with the SAL. So this week no um, there was no uh, parts revealed. It will be on next Friday, so I'm happy that I am now on time with their SAL. So there are threads that I use that are not called for, but I managed to use it from my extra thread. So I think it lacks some design below here. So this is Houseplant Sal from the Alfor's embroidery. So we are nearing to the end. So I have three, I think. Okay, I have only three whips left. So the next one is a a mirabilia chart, which is the Mermaid of the Pearls. I started this one on June 12, 2022, and this is where I am with the Mermaid of the Pearls. So this is 16 count Zweigart. The color of the fabric is pewter gray, the one that I've stitched on the Deepest Love. So she is beautiful. If you will be seeing it in person, she is very sparkly, and I love the colors that are stitched on her. So I am very excited to stitch more of her. Mermaid of the Pearls. Next is another Mirabilia chart, which is the Spring Queen. So there are now 3 season queens that are whips, right? That are included on my whip. So this is the third Spring Queen. I started this one last June 28th, last a month ago, and I purchased this one on the Mira Stash group. So luckily I managed to get this one. So the only queen that I haven't got from the season queen is the summer queen, and finally I've purchased one, which is from Mindy, Miss Mindy Daigle. I hope I pronounce it. If you are familiar with her, she has many um, Mirabilia charts, including the embellishments. She used to uh, sell those one on the Facebook group, and luckily she has one copy of the Summer Queen, and I finally purchased it, and hopefully I can get that next month of August. So right now it's still in transit. I think it's already in Tokyo, so hopefully I can get and complete the Summer Queen. Once I have her, the Summer Queen, I will stitch her. And this is where I am with the Spring Queen. I forgot to show you the Spring Queen. Sorry. So I am still on her hair, and then hopefully you will see her face on my next Flosstube update of the Bellas and Miras. This is still stitched on 16 count Ada fabric white. So for the Summer Queen, I will also stitch on the same fabric so that it will be in uniform. And we are now on the last um, whip. Let me see first when I started this one. So this is from the Alfor's embroidery. This is Christmas Bears. So on the previous video on my finished parade, you will see there I finished this three bears, and then I decided to separate it and stitch this one on another fabric, the second three bears. So I started this one last July 23, and this is where I am with the Christmas Bears Part 2. So I stitched this one on a 32 count Belfast. I think this is a linen, and the color of this one is stone gray, I guess. So when I stitch on this fabric, the needle easily pops out, so you can stitch fast. That is how I have experience stitching the 32 count linen. Although there are some bulges of some of the fabrics, but the way I see it, the colors pop out. So those are my 34 whips, 16 from 2021 and then 18 this 2022. So I hope before the year ends I can manage to finish some of my whips on 2021 so that I can have new starts. So again, I was beginning of the year I was planning to have 22 whips only, but like I said, plans are meant to be broken, so that is why there are now 30 plus whips. So before I end this video, as promised, there will be two winners of a mini Heaven and Earth design chart. I mentioned that, or I posted on the previous videos that you will be commenting on the word mini, or what is your favorite or your mini Hade wish list. So there were viewers who have commented on that video, and I will be picking two winners, and if your name is picked, and please do reply on this video, so that, or you can send me a message on my Instagram account, James the Page Teacher, so that I can get your email ad and made a rack on the Heaven Earth Design webpage. So let us start with our first winner. So I'll be doing a comment picker. And the first winner is Heidi Vicelli. So she commented, "Wonderful progress on your lovely ladies. Your Bella patterns are beautiful, and I've enjoyed hearing you talk about their meanings and history. You truly live in a beautiful country. The minis on my Hade wish list include Mini Midnight Moon, Celtic Black Cat by Bridget Ashwood, Mini Melinda and Muhu by Hannah Lynn, Mini Lakeside by Donna Gelsinger, and Mini After School by Leonid Afrimov. Can't wait for your big anniversary video. Have a great month. So congratulations, Miss Heidi or Heidi or Heidi. So let us go now to our next winner. Okay, our next winner is Miss Rhonda Wise. So she commented, I never did a Hade before, but the mini I have is Purple Rain and Princess. So Miss Heidi and Miss Rhonda, please reply, or you can comment down below on this video, or you can DM me on Instagram and have your email so that I can go to your wish list and choose a mini Hade chart and and do a rack. So congratulations and thank you for those who have joined the the giveaway. So I think that would be all for this video. I hope you have enjoyed those 34 whips, and if you have questions about my whips, my projects, please do comment down below, and I hope you will still follow me on my cross-stitching journey for another year. And if you haven't subscribed yet on my channel, please do subscribe. You can also see my progress of my whips on my Instagram, which is James the Page Teacher. And also, I have a buy me a coffee link from coffee.com. This would help me um, purchase with my charts, my threads, and also would possibly um, frame my finishes. So thank you very much for watching. Enjoy your stitching moments and happy stitching everyone, and see you on my next Flosstube update. Bye!